Well, how can I help you?
I just find myself, I'm seeing a pattern in the relationships that I've been in. I seem to attract men that are not financially stable, so I tend to.
Do you do pretty well financially yourself?
Oh, yes. I'm a homeowner, I'm independently stable and enjoy traveling. But then it's like if I want to travel, I don't want to have to pay for their tickets. You know?
Well, I do have a question for you. When you start dating these guys, are they making a contribution with the meal? I mean, do you see, say, the red flags immediately?
Yeah. So,
you do?
Yeah.
So, in other words, you know it's happening, but you still...
And I'm just like, oh, come on in.
Come on in. How about, do you do some little rescuing also? Are they like emotionally not stable also, or is it financially? I mean,
financially, mostly financially.
If you can, like, in your mind's eye, attract the ideal man, what would that be?
Oh, just first laughter. You know, finances is not at the top of my list, but financially responsible is. An independent thinker, but then again, being able to...
Have you ever been with a man who actually is financially stable?
In one relationship where I was engaged, oh, this one was, he seemed very financially stable. And then as I started helping out more, he started helping out less, to the point where...
So in other words, in all relationships, what happens is that we all are participating. And oftentimes, like say if a woman thinks she's helping a man out, sometimes she energetically is emasculating him. And if he is a man who's not like strong in his path, he might allow that. Yeah. And so while you're maybe trying to guide him as a loving partner, she starts mothering him. If a man is not a good hunter, he's not going to be able to hunt for you. In fact, you might find yourself going out there and doing it for him, which is maybe what you feel. Is that what you feel sometimes?
Right.
So it's about finding a man who actually can hunt for himself and maybe hunt and provide for you too. I know you're not looking for a man to provide for you, but you want to equal, correct?
Yes.
Is there any part of you that's more comfortable with this? I mean, just based on maybe just say your childhood, like what was your father like? What was the role of your mother?
It's kind of, this is interesting because it's kind of the opposite of that. It's like my dad, you know, had his own business and my mother was working for my dad or helping my dad out. So I guess I never wanted to be in a situation where I would have to go to my partner to ask him for money, you know, or...
In other words, by seeing your mother like that, did you see her maybe being a little bit submissive?
Yeah.
Submissive?
Yeah.
So you saw your mother...
And not living what she wanted to live.
So there's that fear that you need to let go of. Yeah. And it's funny, these patterns are created because that's what we're used to on an ongoing basis. All these little transactions that you had with your mother on an ongoing basis kind of form these mental models, which are survival mechanisms. If I attract a man who is financially stable, there's a good chance that I will be maybe helpless like my mother. I will not be able to live my own life. So can you let that go? Can you start maybe you can start visualizing that. Take some time yourself and take a deep breath in, maybe do some meditating and just look into that fear and find ways that you can let go of that. So in these circumstances here, this beautiful woman here, she needs to know that everything is going to be okay. She's not her mother. She can live a different life. She can attract a man and still keep her independence and not feel as though she's out of control.
Thank you. Yeah.
This is Dr. Ray, and this is Bite Size Networks, where the network is the show.